Hello friends, greetings from Iceland. Is a new update about the possibility of a new eruption at Fagradalsfjall, which is likely to happen anytime soon. During the past 48 hours, we had 1,330 earthquakes. The vast majority of them were on the scale 1 to 2, and I didn't feel any of the earthquakes. I live 60 kilometers away. We are not affected in any way here. But we had 52 earthquakes during the past 48 hours, which are larger than 3. And nearly all of them were at the depths of 3 and 4 kilometers. Though the new GPS data indicates that the magma in Reykjanes is at the depths of 1 kilometer or even shallower than that. So we might see eruption pretty soon. We also had earthquakes at Eldey Island on Reykjanes Ridge, not far from Fagradalsfjall, but some maybe 20 kilometers away. But they don't expect eruption in the sea. Those earthquakes at Eldey were the result of the catalytic events here in Fagradalsfjall area. So it's like a side effect thing. One of the leading Icelandic volcanologists, I think his name is Paul Einarsson, estimated the likelihood of the eruption at 67%. So it's a great probability. And it's a good time for the volcano to erupt because it's very warm right now in Iceland. We have sunshine, no clouds, pretty warm weather, plus 20 degrees. And it's really great hiking weather and great visibility, and it's also predicted great weather the next week or so. So it's a great time if volcano would erupt now. Many people would visit it and film it, and it would be a great show for everybody. Now we will take a look at some maps where lava can go, what areas can it flood, and also start with some earthquakes comparison maps from the last year.
This is the comparison map of earthquakes from the last year and current ongoing earthquakes, which are marked in red from 2022. From the last year it's in blue, the old ones are blue, new ones are in red. And as you see, we have more powerful earthquakes this year. You see the circles are bigger. The bigger the circle, the bigger the earthquake. So the pattern itself is kind of more impressive this year and bigger on scale, though the number of earthquakes seem to be more numerous last year so far, but it's not yet the end, so we might see more earthquakes and it will take some time before lava breaks to the surface. But overall, as you see, we have more earthquakes now to the north. So south of Keilis here, you see Mount Keilis in the very top, and just south of it is the greatest amount of earthquakes, even with some shift to the west, which was not so visible last year. And we do have earthquakes in the old area here closer to Fagradalsfjall as well, though less of them. And there is a dike, obviously underground magma dike, magma tunnel, which carries lava under the surface here. It's hard to say where it will break through exactly. You see, last year there were no really big earthquakes in the area where the lava broke up to the surface. Right here you see in Meradalir, at a spot where the lava broke to the surface, there had been no big earthquakes, as you see. There were more to the north, all the earthquakes were to the north, but the lava broke more to the south. Something similar we might see also this year, and lava might break again in the old Fagradalsfjall lava field, so it shouldn't be excluded that we might see even the old volcano re-erupt again or somewhere close to that, but very likely this might happen a bit further north, maybe around the mountain of Litli or Little Ram. We will see. And here we will take a look at another very interesting map where you can see the possible eruption fissures, this red line from the north to the southwest from Keilis shows a possible eruption fissure which can emerge where lava can come from. And the white area shows what it is likely to flood if eruption happens precisely at this line, which is very likely as most of earthquakes are concentrated there. Everything points to this, that the eruption will take place somewhere here closer to Keilis, or perhaps more south, close to Little Hrútur or Meradalir, in same spot where we had eruption last year, and lava can even flood the same Meradalir as last year, go over the old lava field, which is also a case. So it can travel both south and north, even further north from Keilis. There is no infrastructure here whatsoever, except some biking trail, like off-road trail for jeeps and bikes, close here to Little Hrútur that I used to bike, but it's even hard to call it a road because it's just an off-road pathway. Otherwise, there is really not a single hut here, not a single house, really nothing. So it seems to be to be very friendly eruption in complete wasteland, and seems like also is going to be a effusive lava flow, thin lava flow with no big ash or no big phreatic explosions, as there are no glaciers here, there is no big amount of groundwater, no lakes, so it's just effusive thin lava flow as it was in Meradalir and Fagradalsfjall, very likely to be the case. So this is what is likely to flood, and how to get here for most of tourists. Of course, if it happens closer to Keilis, probably the best way will be driving the road that leads to Keilis. There is a road which you can make even with a normal car, better to have a trip, but you can drive all the way here close to Keilis, and then you can hike about 40 minutes, half an hour to Keilis, to the top of the mountain, to the summit of Keilis, and see what is going on here from the top of that mountain. If it happens closer to the north, if it happens closer to the south, you can use the old trail. Probably people will use the old trail, but it's 1/3 longer to walk to Little Hrútur a bit further, but still most of people will make it. No big deal, as I told. So, or you can walk the other side, like I'm going to bike this way all the way to Meradalir and a bit further to see the eruption from this side. So there are many possibilities. It's going to be a friendly eruption, and hopefully it will last a long time, hopefully for a year, so that we would have something to film and report about, or at least 6 months, I hope so, because 2 weeks, it was too short time, just a flash of the show. Hopefully it will take some time for this to end. All the best, greetings to you.